Hello lords and ladies, welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, your place for all things cartoon. Another day, another Be Cool Scooby-Doo review. Last night's episode was Poodle Justice, and featured a gang arriving on a movie set to help out with their gargoyle troubles. This episode pretty much confirmed my theory on Daphne, who seems to be the random humor character of the bunch, from her use of puppets to her sporting a fake beard for much of this new episode. Poor Fred, though. He just couldn't even, as the kids say.
Daphne?
Let it go, trust me.
But...
Fred, don't do it!
But she's wearing a...
Shh. Nope.
But what about...
No, trust me.
It also has Scooby developing a cute crush on the poodle actress, Belle. Of course, this wouldn't be the first time Scooby had a thing for another dog. There was Nova in Mr. Incorporated, Amber from the movie Alien Invasion, his cousin Scooby-Doo, and the list goes on. Sadly for Scooby-Doo, and much like me, he was too scared to even talk to her. Even when he managed to work up the nerve, he ended up a complete mess. It wasn't until he saved her life that he managed to say something coherent to her. And of course, it was a James Bond reference.
Do, Scooby-Doo.
You go, Scooby-Doo. Oh wait, I meant do. Scooby-Doo. I'm hoping to see more moments where Scooby-Doo woos the ladies. All our other heroes have gotten their chances in the romance spotlight, albeit not this certain series, but Scooby-Doo has only had a few minor ones. The monster for this episode was a gargoyle. Now there's been at least 3 different gargoyle monsters that the Scooby Gang has faced over the years. One appearing in the new Scooby-Doo movies, the Gargoyle of Notre Dame from What's New Scooby-Doo, and the last being from a Scooby-Doo comic book. To be honest, the one in this episode bears a closer resemblance to the Gargoyle of Notre Dame, but it could honestly be a reimagining of any of them. While we're talking about monsters, it was pointed out to me in the episode 3 review that the sea monster was in fact the beast from Bottomless Lake. If that's true, I think I can be forgiven for not realizing that, since, well, there was no lake. Now, I enjoyed this episode, mostly for its atmosphere. I just really love the use of the gothic building the episode took place in, and its creepy but still normal tenants. For some reason, the whole thing reminded me of an episode of A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, even though this series isn't really similar to that one. I think it was just really that one tenant who kept laughing evilly, even when ordering pizza. Towards the end of the episode, I had begun to suspect that the gargoyle was the human actress, whose name I've seemed to have forgotten. She hated the show and felt it was degrading, but in the end it was Carly the assistant, which also of course makes sense. She never got the credit she deserved. I was amused when she admitted that her shot of getting away with it was very slim. Something I hadn't noticed until I was doing research on possible related monsters to the gargoyle was that this series hasn't introduced Scooby Snacks yet. What the heck? It's not a really big deal, mind you, but I can't believe I didn't notice before. I suppose we're only 4 episodes in, but that's still a pretty iconic part of the franchise to leave out. This was another good episode, but if I had to rank them, it would be episode 1, episode 4, then episode 3 and 2. It's not that episode 2 or 3 were bad, but I just wasn't really feeling Chicken Warrior or the Sea Monster that much as villains. Speaking of monsters, I tacked on an annotation in my episode 1 review. But I want to ask in this video, what classic monsters would you like to see return in this new series? Personally, I would love to see Black Knight, Space Kook, and Tar Monster. Also, while they're not monsters, I'd love to see the Hex Girls make an appearance. When I was a kid, I had a huge crush on the lead singer, Thorn. I do have more to say about her and the Hex Girls, but I'll save that for its own video. In the meantime, why don't you lords and ladies tell me what you thought of this episode? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in 30 minutes for another flashback review of the Powerpuff Girls. Thanks for watching. Take care.